Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I was looking around for a reading to do, and I came across this from L.M. McGee on the St. Meghan Markle Reddit page. And she pointed out that Prince Harry's latest self-pity tour has been met with a kind of trolling that only the royal family could pull off. Silent, stylish, and absolutely savage. So apparently, Harry popped off about the men in gray suits, the shadow royal courtiers, who he claims have sabotaged his reconciliation with King Charles. According to Harry, his recent meetup with his dad was so stiff and awkward, and he felt like an official visitor, not an actual son. Cue and violins, but the royals, they didn't issue a statement, they didn't argue, they didn't even flinch. They just did what they do best, stepped out in public dressed from head to toe in gray. And not just one of them, all of them, back to back appearances, wall to wall gray, the shade of the century, quite literally. And she points out Catherine did this, and so Prince William, King Charles, Duchess of Gloucester. So they all came out wearing gray, an apparent trolling Harry and Meghan, in their constant statements. Now, Harry and Meghan, it's not just here. You look on Twitter and people, Queer Lips of Truth is talking about it, or the images there. Um, so everybody's talking about the gray suits. They're all wearing gray suits. Now, it is ridiculous that Harry and Meghan have been constantly heavily quoting Princess Diana, who, like, famously, 30, 40, 50 years ago, however long it's been, nobody knows, nobody cares. But Princess Diana did talk about the men in gray, and there's Princess Anne also in gray. So, we know it's ridiculous that Harry and Meghan keep harping and quoting Princess Diana and acting crazy about Princess Diana. So, you could look at this as a savage troll by the royal family and say, wow, they really know how to get Harry and Meghan using the PR as usual. It's all in the public relations, right? It's always for the masses to view. But at the same time, if they're working together with the New World Order, as there's many, it looks like, especially with King Charles talking about silencing freedom of speech and how he supports that, and the World Economic Forum, you could just look at this as a coordinated campaign to make it look like Harry and Meghan are battling the royal family, but in reality, they're on the same page. They're on the same agenda. That's what I'm wondering about. I mean, is this legit trolling from the royal family with the men in gray comment from Harry and Meghan, or is this all just theater for the masses? Ha ha ha, look what we're telling Harry and Meghan without saying anything. We're all going to wear gray suits. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. It's always, it seems, with the clothing, they always say Meghan Markle, multiple articles in her puff pieces over the years saying, oh, her jewelry is a nod to Diana or a nod to this or that, and her, handbag or her shoes or whatever. It's always with clothing because they want to put it out there in the mainstream media for us to have to be assaulted visually with. But then if we dare say anything about it, we get knocks on the door from the police, right? So at least in the UK, they want to spread that everywhere. But anyhow, are they on the same page? Is this all just theater for the masses? Or is this legit trolling from the royal family to Harry and Meghan, who are legitimately insane? So which there's an argument for that. Harry and Meghan don't seem sane to me, so it could be legitimate trolling. Let's find out. I've got a bunch of oracle cards I want to toss out first before I bring up the tarot deck, just to get an idea of each side and where they're coming from. With the first from Harry and Meghan with the constant men in gray comments, and their catastrophic car chases and other nonsense. Meghan in movies, having a character like Meghan dying in a car crash like Diana. I mean, over the top, comparison of trying to compare themselves to Diana to a theatrical level, right? Anyways, let's focus on the royal family. King Charles, William, and Catherine, the real royal family there. What was their attitude in all wearing this whole gray outfits, public appearances statement? What's the driving force behind that? So first cards I get are high vibing, Good vibes, living life to the fullest, enjoying the present. Okay, high vibe in there. Ooh, a sneaky link. Hidden lover, low key situations, side piece, a sneaky link. So I get kind of like a sneaky vibe there. Oh, dramatic, being a little dramatic with it, trying too hard, being obvious. This is the first time I think the royal family's kind of been obvious with their snubs of Harry and Meghan. Usually it's much more subdued, like recollections may vary. This one was definitely a little sneaky. It was a little more dramatic than the royal family normally does. They decided to be a little extra clownish here. And of course, with the extra here, you get the clown face, ridiculing them. Of course, a clown face with emojis, like when you're saying somebody's a joke. So I am getting it looks so far like an honest troll here. And they're having fun with it with the high vibing, like, yeah, we're the royal family. You're just a couple of washed up Montecito people, right? What else? We're going to use another deck of cards. What's the vibe? What's the vibe deck? What's the vibe of what they were doing? Let's see here. Oh, this card. Clingy. Old exes. Dead relationships. Old ways. Whoa, dead relationships. The old ways. And then that, of course, can allude to the dead relationship of William and Catherine and Charles with Harry and Meghan, but also, referring to the mother who's deceased and the old ways, the old complaints of Princess Diana, which no longer really exist anymore. The times have changed so dramatically since the 80s. You cannot compare the situation at all, Harry and Meghan with Diana, ever. Not even, there's nothing alike there. And the gaslighting over the years of them trying to compare Megalodon to Princess Diana is absolutely insane from beginning to end. I mean, it's the ultimate gaslighting there that they're really trying to pull off. I also get, plague doctor. Plague doctor. Didn't we just have a plague there? Samurai. Honor, loyalty. Samurai. Did I say samurai? Samurai. Warrior. Wow, so they are fighting back. Wow, fighting back against, their dead relationship. Again, death twice here. Dead. You're dead to us. Stop bringing up old ideas from our dead mother. And they're attacking them and saying, this is a samurai. This is a very advanced, that's not on Harry and Meghan with this. So what else? One last deck of oracle cards, the Truth Oracle. What's the truth about William and Catherine and they're wearing gray, obviously trolling Harry and Meghan, particularly Harry in his gray suit comment. What's the truth about it? What's the truth? Oh, trash. They're trash. They're trashing Harry and Meghan, particularly Harry, is saying, and sorry. The unspoken apology. Wow. That's interesting. Sorry, not sorry comment comes to mind. Sorry, not sorry. Because they knew that they were going, that Harry and Meghan would flip out when they saw this. So they're just, it appears to me saying, I'm taking this sorry as, and it's on a gravestone. It's like, sorry to have to do this, but we have to trash you. Taking you out to the trash on this one. So, because they knew what they were doing was going to be extra obvious. Like what they're doing is so theatrical, right? It's so obvious to everyone looking at it. Like they're all wearing gray. Why is everyone wearing gray? So they knew they were going to be, because like I said, they're normally much more subdued with their snubs and whatnot. So this was a bit over the top, and so they're like, "Sorry, we have to do this." Yeah. So I am kind of getting an authentic trolling here, actually. I mean, obviously they did do it. They could be having fun with their psyop, to the psyop of the two of them working together. So it doesn't mean they're not working together, but I think that maybe this was a fun snub to do to entertain themselves as well. Let's see, what's the attitude? I'm going to the tarot deck now. Get my Halloween tarot decks out here. So I'm going to ask for a few cards here. William and Catherine's attitude. Then we'll look at Harry and Meghan, how they right now, their relationship. So if I go focusing on their relationship right now, the attitudes, what's going on. So already, that cards just flipped right out. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Not very healthy. and not wanting to work with them. Obviously, William and Catherine do not want to work. You got a skull up there like death. The relationship is dead. So you see here reversed, William and Catherine are like, we are not working with you. You are not with us. We have the world at our fingertips because we are with the globalists and we are, still riding high here. And, wow, kind of a very new thing they're doing here, new positive statement of, we are we're happy. I mean, William and Catherine and their family and everything are authentically happy. Like Harry and Meghan, who do nothing but bitch and moan and groan and complain that life's so unfair to them. So they're showing their happiness. They're getting their revenge. Kill them with kindness. So they are. Uh, I'm getting that. William and Catherine are very happy and having fun in the mainstream media. I'd say the world is the mainstream media, globalist news, and they're showing that they're not working with Harry and Meghan. They're not supporting them with this nonsense that Harry's working on. Like the work hard here. They're like, no, Harry and Meghan are out of their minds, as we all know, completely insane and drugged up. MK Ultra. So how's Harry and Meghan taking this gray troll, the gray rock and the gray troll here? Page of Wands. Oh yeah. So Harry and Meghan's getting ready to post something on Instagram. Check out. You're gonna see the back of the heads of one of the kids. Look out. So she's getting ready to respond to it. And you notice in this Page of Wands that fell down. I'm not gonna take that. There's an owl there. You see the owl flying. The owl is a symbol of the Satanists as well. Oh my goodness. All right, so Meghan, she's gonna do something to try either out in her garden or doing her witch work here. She got a witch hat on. She is, she still wants to be seen as a royal family member, as a duchess, right? So she's gonna be posting something, maybe smelling some flowers again. Her out in her garden with the flowers. Not even her garden, it's probably some stranger's garden. She's very, very, very unhappy. Her and Harry, they're moaning and groaning and say, "How could they do this to us? It's not funny." Meh, 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 right? So pushing them over the edge there a bit, particularly Harry. Harry is particularly unhappy here. Got Harry popping up with that evil satanic owl over his shoulder, right after the Five of Cups here. So Harry is very unhappy with what they're doing. And oh, and Hermit, I get the two Harry cards. So Harry is doubly unhappy with this. I'm getting with the Five of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Hermit, because this was directed towards Harry specifically. I think the royal family don't even acknowledge Meghan. It's like she doesn't exist. They ignore her. It's always about Harry. Harry's the only one that they'll deal with because they have to deal with him. So Harry knows this was aimed at him, and so it's but of course Meghan's going to play the victim in all this, but it's really directed towards Harry. He knows it. He knows this is about him. It was a message to him. Yeah, so it looks like it's really over, this relationship. You can see the major arcana over here, and you don't have any major arcana on Harry. Oh, you have the Hermit. Sorry, it's the one. Harry is the only real major player on the Montecito side, but with the Ace of Cups and the world, all the happiness and the world attention, the positive vibes are going towards William and Catherine, as we know. So one last card. What's the relationship between Harry and Meghan in general? How would you describe the relationship status right now? Current moment in time. What's their relationship status? Vibe. Oh, there we go. Magician. Yeah. So again, the idea of doing number one, the PR. You always see the mainstream media putting out their nonsense, and also with the witchcraft and the sorcery. So there's a lot of hexing and cursing going back and forth. I'll tell you what. This is a battle of Satanists here, especially with the public relations. They're really trying to manipulate the masses and gaslight them, and who's going to win. So that's kind of that kind of battle going on. So yeah, so it looks like an authentic troll. I have to go with this in this particular case. Again, it doesn't mean they're not working together, but in this particular case, it is an authentic troll of the royal family against Harry and Meghan and their nonsense and their stupid quotes of Princess Diana that they, still harping on like a broken record, which makes no sense, which is why it looks like a psyop. But anyhow, there you have it. So I hope you found this interesting. So please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.